So in this video, I'll cover group tasks in SSB. These tasks are conducted by the GTO on third and fourth day of SSB, mostly on fourth day. So there are four types of tasks. One is progressive group task, half group task, command task, and final group task. Now first three are same category, same types, and last one is slightly different. Last one is actually more of a fun, but it is a chance for borderline cases. So I keep telling you certain things which nobody will tell you. So please go through and listen to my presentation from start till end. So let's see the first three types and then we'll see the last one. So let's go to part one. In part one, I'm covering the progressive group task, half group task, and command task. So we'll see what these tasks are and how these are conducted on ground. So first of all, you will be faced with an obstacle system. You'll be taken to an obstacle system. These obstacles are imaginary. These are made of brickwork, tires, drums, and these are painted in different colors. The definite color code for them, and these are all outdoor actually exercises. So when you do these obstacles, they give you certain helping material, that is a bully, plank, and a rope. Now helping material which is provided is generally shorter than the obstacle you have to gap, you have to bridge. So you have to apply your brain and find out some method, and this is where they test you. They are testing you actually for your leadership qualities, but then this is also one of the place, quality they are looking at, that how you overcome this obstacle and what cooperation and what thought process you apply for crossing this obstacle. So thought process and speaking is very, very important here. So now I've shown you the obstacles in previous slides, and I told you that these are colored in various colors: white, red, and blue. So let us understand the color code. White means it is a free zone, so you can stand there and you can put any weight, you can tie a rope, you can use that as a support. Now blue zone is only meant for candidates, they can only stand there, but you can't tie a load or put any support there. And red zone is completely out of bound. So when they give you this helping material, so you have to mostly use white zone. So first of all, we'll see what is progressive group task. This is first outdoor task. In this whole lot is actually put through the obstacle systems. There are three of them. So first one is slightly simple, second one is tough, and third one is even more tougher. So in this, the candidates as a group are required to cross. There are no leaders, there are no members. The whole group is given the task. And since there are multiple obstacle systems with the varying degree of difficulties, so that is why it is called progressive group task. Now why this is conducted, this is basically to do the initial screening of the candidates, potential candidates, because by now SSB has identified you by virtue of their written tests, by virtue of group discussion, lecturates, and various other psychological tests, that who are the pupil. Now these tests are basically outdoor tests, and they are assessing you for your leadership qualities. And what are the leadership qualities? In very simple words, important is not how you cross the obstacle. The important is how you contribute, how you suggest, how you keep encouraging groups, how you keep giving ideas. That is what is actually more important. So the first task is conducted over a series of 2-3 obstacles, and thereafter we go to next system. The next one is called half group task. So in this, what happens is that the whole group is divided into two parts. Now this is for basically closer look by the GTO at potential candidates. So similar kind of obstacle is presented with similar kind of helping material, and then group is asked to cross. So again here one candidate is appointed as a leader, and he can select two or three team members. In progressive group tasks, there are no leaders and team members, as I told you before. Then again, I told you that one has to be very very active. Even if you are not leader, I mean, keep giving your suggestions and ideas. If you're leader, then you have to obviously make the plan, but at the same time, if somebody is giving you a suggestion, be flexible enough and accept the suggestion. And this is how they actually are going to judge you. And I told you that this is basically to home on to the candidates who are likely to be selected. The leadership is basically speaking. Once again, I am telling you, leadership lies in speaking and ideas. Leadership doesn't lie that how you tie the rope, or how good you are at tying clothes knot or this knot, or how intelligent are you to cross the obstacle. They look at your teamwork in a crowd. Now finally, command task. The command task is again same as half group task. One obstacle is presented, and again, it has got those inbound and out of bound areas marked with red, white, and blue, and one person is selected as a commander. So that is why it is called command task. Now he has to decide how to cross the obstacle, and in this task he is not supposed to work. He is only supposed to give the instructions. The aim of this particular task is actually two holds. One is to see the leadership and speaking abilities of the commander, and his intelligence to devise a method to cross the obstacle system. And second one is that his ability to exercise the command over pupil for crossing of the obstacles without him getting involved in the work physically. So again, similar kind of materials are given. One fellow, as I told you, is a leader, is a commander, and others are workers. Now those who are team members or workers, that doesn't mean that they should not participate. They can also be very active, and it is a chance for them to prove them equally. So this is how the command task is conducted. This I explained you that they have to cross obstacle with the allotted resources and team members. So far we have seen basically three tasks: progressive group task, command task, and the half group task. So all of them were almost similar in nature. That obstacle is presented, certain helping material is given, and then group of candidates are required to cross them. Sometimes as a group as a whole, and sometimes one fellow is taken as a commander, and others are as team members, and then they have to devise a method. Now in a progressive group task, actually it's a very important catch here. Since there is no leader, so few people they emerge as natural leaders. That you'll find that they are predominantly giving advice and actively taking part in crossing of the obstacle. So in progressive group tasks, be very very careful, and you have to be equally do well in other two tasks, that is half group task and command task. Now let's see the final part, final group task for snake race. Now most people say that it is for fun. So we'll see how it is conducted, and it is actually a chance for those people who are not able to perform at PGT, HGT, or command task. So we'll see how. The aim is basically to, I mean, confirm those cases, leadership qualities of those cases who are already, doing well. Plus, it is a chance for those people who are not so predominantly participating due to various reasons. So it is again a GTO's task, and entire group actually as a whole required to be, participate in this task. Sometimes they divide the group in two parts. and they compete with each other. Now, one rolled up tent is given, is called snake, and candidates are required to carry this tent or snake over their shoulders to cross the obstacles. Now, obstacles are having again same red, white, and blue pattern. So sometimes, I mean, certain places you are not supposed to touch. So this is how the obstacle system is. These are all inclined planks. The height is about human height, 6 to 7 feet. So you have to climb over these planks and jump to other side with the load, that is snake. These are vertical bars with pipes. So red portion you are not supposed to touch. So again you have to cross over these bars. And the height is about 6 to 8 feet. Spider-Man net, red portion you're not supposed to touch, and you have to cross over. The whole group is required to go over these nets with the tent or snake. These are two parallel walls, slightly difficult, but you have to devise a method to negotiate this wall with the load and go over to the other side. And these are again inclined bullies, so this is slightly difficult. So group has to cross this with the snake. Now this is how you will find these obstacles one after other, and you can see a small group of people trying to cross, and they are giving ideas and cheering and taking the snake to other side. Now in this task, the snake is given and a group of candidates are required to cross the obstacles. So what is important here? It's a crowd and disorganized crowd, and the kind of mob kind of mentality is there. It's not exactly mob mentality, but it's a group mentality. So nobody is generally find will assume leadership, and nobody will be very keen on this. But at the same time, out of 10 people, 2 3 will take initiative. Okay, we'll do like this. Okay, so and so you do like this. Somebody will start organizing it. Somebody will say, okay, no, not like this. You hold it like this. Then some people will be monitoring. Okay, don't touch red part. Don't touch red part. So like that. So out of let's say 10 people, you'll find 3 or 4 are actively participating, and some people are just carrying it because they feel that the task is to carry the snake across the obstacles, but that is not the task. The Once again I tell you that it is not important to take the snake or load across the obstacles, but in this duration, how you are participating, how you are speaking, how you are leading the crowd of 10 candidates. This is what actually is gives you more weightage, and that is why I told you that this is uh, one more opportunity for borderline cases. That for some reason, if you are not able to do much, then this is the place where you can show your leadership and lead the group, give your suggestions and constructive ideas. So hope this presentation is useful, and I thank you all and wish you very good luck. Thanks.